Sun-soaked streets, turquoise waters, and centuries of history around every corner. We came for the sunshine, but found so much more. We spent an incredible week exploring Malta, with its history roaring to life, and it hit louder than we ever expected. From its spectacular coastline and breathtaking cathedrals to adventures in its hidden catacombs, this journey surprised us at every turn. So here are all the reasons why you should visit Malta. Our journey kicked off with a breezy flight from Manchester to Malta International Airport, just over 3 hours from takeoff to landing. And on a clear day, those aerial views were stunning. The airport security and passport control was seamless and stress-free. Our apartment had organised a pick-up for about €20, but to be honest, it was probably a bit of a rip-off, because Uber is much cheaper on the day. And the journey to our apartment in Sliema took less than 20 minutes. Our home for the week was a spacious 2-bedroom apartment, each bedroom featuring its own ensuite bathroom, perfect for a comfortable stay. The open-plan living, dining and kitchen area included a breakfast bar where we could start the day off slowly. The kitchen was well stocked with all the amenities we needed, making it easy to cook meals whenever we wanted. All of this, for 6 nights, came to €1,242. You can definitely find cheaper, but for a comfortable stay in peak season, we were happy to pay this for a week. And welcome to Malta. So we arrived yesterday and we've had a pretty lazy-ish day yesterday, so this is our day one essentially. We decided that the first place we'd visit would be Valletta, the island's capital. Setting off from our apartment around lunchtime, we were instantly welcomed by the peaceful beauty of Valletta Bay. Walk along the waterfront, the mix of charming cafes, lively shops and historic buildings made for a perfect introduction to Sliema. From here, we made our way to the ferry point, ready to cross the harbour and dive into the rich history of Valletta. So what were you saying about walking down these streets?
They all look the same, number one. A lot of the houses are quite run down, but they do have caricature, and there's a lot of religious statues on each of the different buildings. It's a very religious country.
Yeah, so we're literally seconds away from the sea, but you wouldn't be able to tell just because of the layout of the streets. And I think the one thing to say is it's just so busy. There's just no peace and quiet at all during the daytime.
Yeah.
It's just everything's just so busy here. I think it's mostly just the cars. It's
so
very noisy.
Streets, so many tiny streets.
Yeah. So we made it down to the waterfront along the promenade. And I guess the most striking things are the amount of construction work and how noisy the road is running down here. There's a lot of restaurants, a lot of pubs, so it's good from that point of view, but it's not exactly the most relaxing place, is it? And it's all very dusty. Parts of it are a little bit run down, but we'll have a look around, try and get out of the big sun because it is very warm. The weather was a perfect 30 degrees, so we stopped off at a local waterfront bar for a refreshing drink and a spot of lunch. Refreshed, we continued our walk and finally made it to the ferry terminal, ready to board and cross the harbour to Valletta. After a 10-minute boat ride, we arrived in the capital. We made our way to Upper Barrakka Gardens. One thing about Valletta is it's very hilly. I'm annoyed that we've walked all the way up those steps just to come down again. It seems very inefficient. We're headed towards the famous saluting battery, a reminder of Malta's strategic importance over the centuries. The walk gave us stunning views of the Grand Harbour and the historic three cities across the water. Here they hold daily demonstrations of cannon loading and firing at noon and 4 p.m. Very busy, eh?
I'm confused. Do you have to go upstairs to watch it?
Absolutely massive as that cruise. That is disgusting almost.
We are about to load cannon number 5 and cannon number 6. Now, for your own safety, you cannot be behind the cannons. So please follow the instructions, the soldiers on the battery. Please follow their instructions, and whilst you're on the battery, do not smoke and do not vape. Thank you.
Watching the crew go through the historic process was both impressive and a vivid reminder of Malta's military past. The battery's been used for over 5 centuries to protect the Grand Harbour from enemy attack, as well as providing visiting dignitaries with a ceremonial welcome. Wow, that smells. What does that smell of? That smells of baked.
Sulphur.
Yeah, wow. So we were right downstream of the smoke. And it was very loud as well.
Scared me. Scared me.
Leaving the terrace, we wandered through the Upper Barrakka Gardens, a stunning plaza with beautiful fountains and sweeping views overlooking the bastion walls and the sparkling harbour beyond. After the gardens, we stepped into Valletta's charming streets. The warm, sand-coloured limestone buildings and stone-paved sidewalks give the city a timeless, sun-soaked feel, perfect for wandering and soaking up the atmosphere. We made our way through Valletta's impressive main city gate, following the busy thoroughfare as we headed towards Triton's Fountain, one of the city's iconic landmarks. After a full day of exploring Valletta's rich streets and history, we made our way back to the ferry terminal. As the golden hour cast its warm glow across the harbour, the boat ride back to Sliema became a perfect moment to unwind and soak in the stunning views, a truly magical way to close out the day. next day didn't get off to the best start, with rain hammering down on the city. But as the storm eased and clouds began to break, we took it as our cue to set off from Sliema and explore the bustling nightlife district of St Julian's. So we're going to chance it. Literally the rain doesn't stop some people swimming. Not sure why anyone would want to swim in this weather. Bit drizzly, that's all.
Drizzly.
Enjoying the rain?
Yep. Good, all refreshing.
We walked down the promenade of St Julian's Bay, and even the drizzle couldn't distract from the beauty of the waterfront. Once we reached the city centre, it quickly became clear that St Julian's had a completely different vibe compared to the rest of Malta we'd seen so far.
Here's my new car.
So we are in the centre of St Julian's. It's moist.
Got warmer.
It's warmer, but it's very humid. And it's still drizzling a little bit. And we've come to what is some skyscraper in the middle of Malta. It seems to be some really fancy restaurant in the complex, doesn't it?
Mercury Hotel.
Yeah, and a hotel as well. So we're just going to wander around and see what the crack is, because we haven't got a clue. Did no planning. But this is a bit of a rainy day, so we need some planning. St Julian's had it all. Shops, restaurants, and, notably, a lot of ongoing construction. The rain kept things quieter than usual, but even so, the abundance of bars and nightclubs made it clear why this is Malta's nightlife capital. If you're dreaming of picture-perfect beaches, St Julian's might not be the place to find them. St George's Bay, the main beach here, is mostly gravel rather than soft sand, and it felt a bit neglected. Cigarette butts. It's pretty dirty, isn't it? While it offers sunbeds and nearby bars, it lacked the clean, relaxing vibe we'd hoped for. Afterwards, we hit a local restaurant to try some Maltese delicacies. Damien, being a semi-vegetarian, was in for a bit of surprise when his ravioli turned out to be filled with rabbit. On the way back to the apartment, how could we resist the temptation of an Aperol Spritz? The lively bar had an inviting atmosphere, making it the perfect spot to kick back and toast to the day's adventures. Back at the apartment, we settled in to wind down for the evening, but what happened next was unexpected. An incredible lightning storm lit up the sky for over an hour, with strikes flashing every few seconds, yet not a single rumble of thunder. Oh my god! Coming up in the series, we'll take a day trip to Malta's ancient capital, with some stunning architecture and streets steeped in history. And we'll explore the fascinating catacombs of Rabat. So don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to catch all the upcoming videos.